and Dr. Patricia Nicholas, who Dr. Brook and Patricia Nicholas have a practice together in Wading River. Good morning. How are you two?
Good morning. Thank you so much for having us this morning.
Yes, good morning.
Very excited to have both of you to talk about Haiti and to talk about the Kindest Hearts Foundation's fundraiser this evening, tonight in Mineola at the Jericho TERRACE on Jericho Turnpike at 6:30 p.m. tonight. Tickets are $125 a person, and everyone who comes, in addition to dinner and live music by Cass Dillon, will get Faces by Salvatore Di Benedetto, inspired by Dr. Brook, which is a beautiful portrait book of these children from O'Rourke, Haiti. Basically, this is to raise money for a second story of the school that the Kindest Hearts Foundation began. The journey began in 2010. Dr. Nicholas, tell me how this school and medical center happened. I believe it started as a medical center.
Yes, it is. Thank you, Gian. In 2010, Haiti suffered a major earthquake, and I started volunteering to help. And during my mini trip there, I passed through this town that had no help. There are people from the capital city that had to migrate back to their town because the capital city was destroyed from the earthquake. So I went back there in November of 2010 and started doing a clinic. At that time, there were children coming to the clinic during the daytime that weren't going to school. When I inquired, they told me that the kids' parents could not afford to take them even to the public school.
Wow.
At first, we started paying for them to go to public school, and when we started having like 40 kids, I thought it was wiser to start our own school so we had more control over their education.
Right. And so the medical center is right there in the school?
When we first started, it was the building wasn't ours, so we're borrowing that location. So I purchased the land, I built the school, and then we added the new medical center in front of the school.
And what I think is so great, you go back like 4 or 5 times a year, right?
Yes, I do.
Because you grew up in Port-au-Prince?
I grew up in Port-au-Prince. I was fortunate enough to go to a private school to get very good education, and fortunate enough to be blessed here. So I felt it incumbent upon me to go and help those who most need it.
Right. And what I think is so phenomenal, and something that we use the station to get the word out about the fundraiser in Jamesport last year, at the Jamesport Meeting House. How much money was raised that night? And I think that helped for the new water filtration system.
$11,000 we raised last time. Phenomenal. Yes. So so now the people usually go to the river. This is a town where they have no access to clean water. There is no electricity. There is no infrastructure. There is no sanitation. So they usually walk miles to go to the river, the only clean water river, and they transport it home. So now we have a well, a pump well, where they can come and get access to clean water all the time.
It's such a fascinating reminder for us here in America about how truly lucky we are. Sometimes I see people complain about the smallest things, and it's just, I remember and I think about places like Haiti, places like North Korea, places where they don't have even 1,000th of the things that we're blessed with. And that's what's so phenomenal when I look at Faces, when I look at Salvatore's book, of these children at the school. The beauty in their faces, the simplicity, and the happiness. So it makes me wonder sometimes if all this stuff that we have here, is blocking something, because
I think that love, you don't have to speak for people to understand love and care and kindness. And every mother, every child have the same dream for themselves. They have a better life for their future.
Right.
They want to be content and be comfortable. And like you said, it's a measure of what we think is important in our life.
Right.
A roof and a bed for some people is more than...
Right.
It's like an improvement in their life.
And now clean water, that's got to be just amazing.
Yeah.
And go ahead, Dr. Brook.
Let me add to that. Our last mission was after the devastating Hurricane Matthew, and at that point, the abundance of water contaminated the freshwater river, and there was simply no drinking water in our village. So when we went there and were able to drill to the water table, I believe almost 150 feet,
That's correct.
and tap into potable drinking water, not only for our school and our clinic, but to the whole village of about approximately 12,000 people. We've given access to the entire village to the drinking water.
Because you have the line that goes out
To the
Right.
to the street outside
Phenomenal.
of our gated school and health center.
and so people must be just lined up every day.
Yes, they do. They access the security guard. They open the door for them if they need to anytime. Like when it's closed, they know that this is their water. The joke of the town is, if you've been blessed, because we pray for you guys every single day because they're so grateful for the water. I mean, everybody, when I go there, I went back in February, everyone, they come out, thank you so much for the water.
That's unbelievable. Dr. Brook, when was the first time that you went over there, and what was it like for you?
I think it was 2014, actually. I made my first trip with Dr. Nicholas. I went with my wife and my daughter, who was 7 years old at the time. We made the journey over there to help support Dr. Nicholas and get the new health clinic up and going, both with medical supplies and medical expertise that we could bring to our medical staff there. That included nurse, pharmacist, dentist, etc., and hopefully give them some tools and information that can help them improve their approach to the patient. A lot of the medical care there that I noted was just verbal, asking questions and then trying to treat. And I believe, or I found out, that my role at the time there was actually to show them how to actually put your hands on the patient.
Oh, wow.
To help assist in making the diagnosis. Don't be afraid to touch the person, the patient.
Right. It must have been an eye-opening. Was it an eye-opening experience for your daughter, 7 years old?
Interesting, even to this day, my daughter still knows how indignant the population is there, and she witnessed the fact that we slept on a blow-up mattress on the floor, but she still thought she was on vacation. She played and colored and drew pictures with the children of the school there for 1 week, and not one time were they able to communicate verbally.
Wow,
because of the language barrier.
But they still formed relationships, I imagine.
That's it. That's correct.
It's unbelievable. So when will you go back?
So after my trip in 2014, we returned again in 2016 after the last hurricane.
Right.
And I will probably return again next year to see the progress of the construction of the school, and then further assist in offering medical care to the community. I notice when I go, the community finds out that I'm coming, and they often want to seek American doctor,
Right.
and feel like that they're being well cared for. At the same time, I should mention that at the time when there was no drinking water, the local fishermen were getting quite dehydrated, as well as the local people in the village. And I demonstrated and placed IV equipment into the patients, one after another, and we hydrated them with fluids.
Wow.
We were able to bring 12 suitcases full of IVs, saline,
Right.
with us on the trip. I think we traveled with JetBlue, and they were very cooperative and didn't charge us for the extra luggage.
Wonderful. Good
we
for
were,
them.
Yeah, we were able to bring a ton of medical supplies, including IV saline fluids, so we could hydrate the fishermen and get them back to work.
I've always been very impressed with JetBlue's organization. So that we're putting a second story on the school, the Kindest Hearts Foundation. This 10,000 square foot facility that was once a one-room schoolhouse for these children. this year it's going to be the first time that they have a junior, the first 11th grade going through. Right now it's preschool to 10th. Now they're going into 11th grade. Unbelievable. Tonight, 6:30 on the Jericho Turnpike in Mineola. Jericho Terrace, $125 a person for this fundraiser to put a second story on this school. Everyone who goes there not only will have a beautiful buffet dinner, live music by Cass Dillon, but receive a book of these children from Salvatore Di Benedetto, inspired by Dr. Brook. This place is about 3 hours from the capital city in Uruk, from Port-au-Prince, which is where Dr. Nicholas grew up. What is it like for you bringing life to the place that gave you life?
I got the chills. When I grew up there, I left Haiti in 1982. And I came here, I went to school here, high school and college and podiatry school. And I've been very blessed in my life. And to be able for God to use me to give back to a country that gave me my beginning, it's very humbling for me. And I take it very seriously. I do not take it for granted. It could use anybody. It's using me. And the whole mission is to transform these children's life, to tell them there is hope. You can dream. It can happen. I don't have words to explain to you what it means to me to be such a blessing.
I love it.
I could add to that. I remember in my recent trip that we went in 2016, when we arrived to the community, I haven't seen these children for 2 years. They were growing up. They came running with hugs and kisses. After 2 years of not seeing me, they remembered me. They were asking about Sarah, my daughter.
Amazing.
And it's about tears. You get there and you cry and you realize how happy you're making these people. I should also mention that we are the only employer in the village, and we provide the children with 2 meals per day. When they leave that school, they don't eat. So we're able to give them breakfast now, based on our sponsor donations, and lunch every day.
Unbelievable.
Yes. I want to piggyback on what Dr. Brooks did. We are the #1 employer in the town. We started with 7 employees in 2010, 2011. Now we're up to 40.
Wow.
And every year, because as we expand the vision, we have more people in the town that we employ. And we always only employ local people. We go as volunteer.
Excellent.
We want to change their lives.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think this vision is far from over. We gotta hit the break here, but just another reminder, tonight at 6:30 at Jericho Terrace in Mineola on the Jericho Turnpike, we are raising money to put a second story on the school. Kindest Hearts Foundation. 6:30, $125 a person for dinner, live music, a book, and more. We'll be back here on 1390 WRIV, your hometown station.
An overhead door serves a purpose, and it should be as beautiful as the rest of your home or building. For more than 30 years, Village Overhead Doors has been creating and installing beautiful garage doors for contractors and homeowners on the North and South Forks. They also install automatic garage door openers that open with the click of a remote, so there's no getting out of the car in bad weather. For a wide range of styles, from lifetime steel doors to custom-made wood doors, and for all your garage door needs, please call 765-4963 today and find out how your garage door can be a beautiful focal point of your home or building's exterior. Village Overhead Doors of Southold, 765-4963. Make the call and let them add beauty and value to your home or business.
The Crazy Fork on the main road in Mattituck is the place for entertainment on the North Fork. From live comedy to music to the Revolution No. 9 variety shows, you'll have a good time. The Crazy Fork is comfy but classy, and the food is good. Whether you're looking for fish tacos or lobster mac and cheese, or a steak or seafood, you'll love the Crazy Fork. The Crazy Fork also serves homemade pizza and a sandwich for every taste. So don't stay home tonight. Come on out. Have some fun at the place for entertainment on the North Fork, the Crazy Fork. The Crazy Fork on the main road in Mattituck. Call 631-298-1100 for the Crazy Fork in Mattituck. Back on your Gianna Volpe report, brought to you by Village Overhead Door in Southold. By Celine Keating, author of
Play for Me.
Play for Me. I'll get it right. And The Crazy Fork in Mattituck.
Home of the Revolution #9 variety series.
So let me see if I understand this correctly.
I was born with a full head of hair, and you were a
No,
cute
you had a
ball.
baby announcement because
Yes.
now we're doing now. Have a birth announcement. Send it to Gianna Volpe, Box 1390, Riverhead, New York 11901. We'll get it on the air for you. We swear we will.
Tiffany, she was the floor manager. I was the bar manager at Michelangelo Mattituck. She just had a baby girl, Liliana, and Leo is the big brother. And so I just wanted to announce.
And when was this tyke born?
Very recently, because we.
Well, how recent is recent?
Like I don't know.
You don't know.
I haven't talked to her. She just thanked me because I went to her sprinkle. I got to go to Carter's. I went to Carter's and I was just like, man, I wish I was having a baby this season because all the clothes are so cute.
Excuse me?
But everyone says
Look down at the third finger on your left hand. Tell me what you see.
Wow, nothing.
There you go.
That was the most depressing moment in all 3 years of radio. Right
Well,
there.
you can't. I want to have a baby.
Listen, My dad says that
These things are not meant to be done out of wedlock, you know.
Well, these days it's different because
And these days the society is going to hell in a handbasket.
Oh, come
I am
on.
right, as always.
Oh, come on. Yeah, I know. I was going to make a political thing, but I'm not going to. I just wanted to get you right.
You know, the society was much more orderly in 1965. You know that.
Or 56.
Or 56.
Or 1892.
Excuse me.
Or 17.
Don't look at your radio, friends.
Or 1640.
Yeah, you know why? Because in 1640. We went to Southampton from England, you know, and we settled the Conscience Point.
Oh my gosh, should we have like the debate?
You know, we should do that. We should get like Scott Russell up here.
I would love that.
And then we should get like Jay Schneiderman up here from Southampton, and they could like slug it out who was first.
like we'll spring it on him. We'll do some. It'll be
fun.
It'll be my first time doing gotcha journalism. I've never been into that.
Why?
Because I think it's dishonest.
Well, didn't stop Rachel Maddow the other night, did it?
Didn't that say like client copy?
I don't think so. I think someone in the IRS really needs to be fired because that's a felony.
But it says client copy.
That's a felony. It's a felony to leak that stuff.
Yeah, but if it says client copy, that means it came
Trump
from
also
the client.
released it afterwards.
I think that.
In fact, he released it beforehand to preempt them.
I don't know. I don't follow politics.
But you know, Rachel Maddow, the queen of fake news.
Oh my God. Fake news is the new weapons of mass destruction. I gotta say.
No. Because weapons of mass destruction.
No, it's one of the what I mean is it's like one of those phrases where it's just like I just turn off.
Oh, because that was
like I remember writing like in 2002 or something like if I hear the word weapons of mass destruction again, like I'm gonna scream.
And there were none.
Yeah, I know.
That's what cracked me up.
Talk about fake news.
And George W. Bush is like confronted at a news conference.
Mission accomplished, bro.
And he said, and I quote, "They got to be somewhere." They weren't there.
You know he paints dogs now and himself. He does there's a great self-portrait of him in the shower.
Really?
Yeah.
Shaving or what?
He's like looking in the mirror. He's got I guess he's got a shaved mirror and he's just like looking at himself. And then he does like paintings of dogs. And I like always wonder, I'm like, they're actually pretty good. And it's like, you know, I wonder if it's his. But also maybe it's not. Maybe it's some like art student that he just like.
Somehow, I don't know how we got here. Because we were talking about an orderly society. Back like in 1965, it was orderly.
Was Jerry Lee Lewis doing stuff then?
Yeah, I mean, that was you always have to have a black mark somewhere. Jerry Lee Lewis being chief of
that was just the first thing that came to mind.
I just no talent.
I love Jerry Lee Lewis.
Blech.
Great Balls of Fire is a great song.
Oh.
You shake my nerves and you rat on my brain. Too much love drives a man insane. You broke my will. Oh, what a thrill. Goodness gracious. Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah. That's going to be remembered. That's going to be right there. In 80 years from now, people are going to be singing that the way they sing. It's very clear our love is here to stay. Not for a year, but forever and a day.
I don't know that song.
In time, the Rockies may crumble, Gibraltar may tumble. They're only made of clay. But our love is here to stay.
That's really beautiful.
It's a really good song. Well, of course it is. It's a Gershwin lyric.
That's beautiful.
See?
Ira?
I think George. Or they might have both
brothers?
done it. They're brothers. They were brothers, yes.
And they played the piano?
I think so.
Do you play the piano?
No.
I used to play the piano.
I don't play any instruments. The only thing I play are records.
I love records.
Oh, now, of course, because the God bless their pointed little heads, the millennials got to them. It's vinyl.
Oh, give me a break.
It's vinyl. Give me a break. It's vinyl.
No. I've been listening to... First of all, let me be a total hipster about this and be like... I was listening to vinyl.
Excuse me, I have to go hide under a table.
Whatever.
Be a hipster.
Anyway, I gave this 78 to Ed German from PPB. he is building this. Well, he's looking into building this Amazon-themed amusement park and like hotel complex in Coney Island.
Wow.
So I bought all these 78s from Joe Laro, who used to have that juke joint on Shelter Island that shut down 2 summers ago, I think.
Shelter? Did it have,
There was a juke joint on Shelter Island in a private in a barn behind
really?
Joe's house.
Because I didn't think anybody, they don't really allow visitors on Shelter Island. You know that.
Well, it was this.
They look askance at you if you're not a local.
Gene Casey
look
played.
at you.
Gene Casey played the last show.
Really?
Yeah.
And they didn't like give him dirty looks and stuff.
Are you kidding? No. It was
I went up to Shelter Island once. This is a true story. Once.
They were like, "Hey, boy."
Once. Shelter Island.
Did they tell you not to miss the last ferry?
Sort of, I'm like, I'm
tell you
looking
that.
for like a sandwich to get a sandwich at a deli, and it's like, good luck. It's almost as good as when I first blew into Sag Harbor, and George Finkenor, who owned the Ideal Cash Store, said, looked up slowly, old guy. What are you doing here, boy? And I'm thinking, what is this, Mississippi, 1960? So I'd explain to him that I worked in the village, Oh.
How long did it take him to warm up to you?
He died. We still weren't it wasn't warm to me.
Really?
I swear.
Oh, that's
wasn't.
a bummer.
Never warm. Never warm though.
It usually takes a while, but the longer you're out here,
I learned not to go into the Ideal anymore. That's when I started becoming a regular at the Paradise. Back when it was an actual like a luncheonette.
where is it? Which
Main Street, Sag Harbor.
No, but like, what's there now? Is it still there?
Oh, it's some highfalutin. It was a bookstore at one point. It was very chic,
Everything in Sag is chic.
It was right next to the I want to say the Sag Harbor Pharmacy. Going away from the village.
I wish I lived in Sag.
Oh, you wouldn't want to be there now.
Why?
Because you wouldn't fit in.
Yeah, everyone fits in Sag.
No, because you're not highfalutin chic, and you don't speak through clenched teeth.
But I could.
Okay, and so could I, but I don't fit in. I fit in when I lived there because it was a very ordinary village. I mean, normal people lived there.
There's still normal people who.
No, there are no normal people living in the village of Sag
Every
Harbor.
time I go to Sag, I see someone I know. The last time I was there, I got out of my car. I saw Peter Booty immediately, and he was my first editor as a journalist at the Shelter Island Reporter.
Mm-hmm. He used to be the editor of the Southampton Press,
and also Flying Magazine, I think.
I don't know, but
because he's a pilot. He loves flying.
I wouldn't know. I met him exactly once.
He's wonderful.
I don't know.
You know what he told me the first time I told him that I was listening to the 1390 WRIV?
What did he say? Oh, that dump? What?
He said, "Oh, you news hound, you."
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
Because we have a good reputation for news around here. We're good at it.
He's a serious newspaper man. So
I am not.
Well, he was like.
I'm not serious either.
Well, anyway, I'm just letting you know.
I'm just interrupting you because it's fun to throw you off your track.
And then I got out of the car, and then I went upstairs, and I said hello to everyone at the Express. And then I ran Charles Canavan at the corner, whatever.
The corner bar.
The corner bar, yeah.
Well, I used to love going there.
I forget what I had. I think they have the mac and cheese bites.
I don't know. I mean, please, when I used to go to the corner bar, you get a hamburger.
They got a good burger.
And then they were in competition with which was the best one in Sag Harbor, the corner bar or Sal and Joe's. And I got to tell you something, Sal and Joe's was really good.
You ever go to Fellingham's?
No. Are you kidding? Stop.
Is it not cool to go to Fellingham's?
I don't know. I never went there.
Why? Well, why'd you say it like that then?
Because it's no. I go where real people eat.
That really hurt my feelings.
I'm sorry.
That hurt my little feelings.
Oh, stop. First of all, we don't even know.
It's not the first time someone said that to me.
We're not really sure that you have feelings, but that's beside the point.
Are you kidding me? I have way too many feelings.
Well,
that's my problem.
Stay up here, let me tell you. We'll take care of that.
I know.
We get done with you, you'll be numb.
I know. It's good. I want Alex to come back.
Alex, the highway superintendent, Alex.
No, the girl from Southold that I brought.
Oh, her, the kid intern.
Yeah.
Well, she's in school right now, so
I know.
she can't be here.
I know, but I miss her.
I wanted to reach out and just like smack her on the back of the head.
Why?
How come you're not in school? I really don't like school. Pardon me. What?
What kid likes school?
I hated it, but I still went.
I mean, I loved it when I was in. I couldn't wait to go to kindergarten.
Oh, that was the worst.
I could not wait.
Hated it.
I loved it.
There was no such thing as ever as a good school
why
experience.
Why are kids crying? They're like they're crying.
Oh, it was the worst. Positively the worst. Hated it. Yes.
I had a troll folder. Remember trolls in the 90s with the pink hair and like the belly buttons with the jewel you would rub? Remember those weird dolls?
No.
The troll dolls?
No. Now that you mention it, no.
Well, I do because that's what was going on.
No, I remember Sweet Tarts, but that's,
And I remember before that, when preschool, I used to stand up for Barney. Because remember when that thing happened and people were like setting fire to their toys? Yeah, like people like I don't.
Somewhere up here, you've heard of the
everyone has nostalgia for a pastime. But I saw this great Woody Allen flick last night called Midnight in Paris, and it talks about this idea about having nostalgia for the past and how everyone has that. Everyone says that the time before them was the golden age. Maybe you just need to find the goodness in now, and that no matter where you go in time, there's going to be messed up stuff and there's going to be cool stuff. Like this, Bruce.
I gotta go.
I'm just saying, think positively.
I really gotta go.
Why? You don't want to think positively?
Are you kidding? Anyway.
Wait, what about Reformation? Doesn't that get you excited? It excites me. Like if you were to explain like what kind of an American I am, like I might as well have like a fife in my mouth and be walking down the street with like somebody with like a snare drum.
Having said that, I think it's really time for us to wrap up because you are now officially late. But then what again?
Classic America. All right, I'm on your team, Bruce. 1390 WRIV, your hometown station.
Now we're screwed.
The Crazy Fork on the main road in Mattituck is the place for entertainment on the North Fork. From live comedy to music to the Revolution No. 9 variety shows, you'll have a good time. The Crazy Fork is comfy but classy, and the food is good. Whether you're looking for fish tacos or lobster mac and cheese, or a steak or seafood, you'll love the Crazy Fork. The Crazy Fork also serves homemade pizza and a sandwich for every taste. So don't stay home tonight. Come on out. Have some fun at the place for entertainment on the North Fork. The Crazy Fork. The Crazy Fork on the main road in Mattituck. Call 631-298-1100 for the Crazy Fork in Mattituck.